Growing up, I barely ate any pre-packed sandwiches, first of all because I was lucky, and second of all because my mother was making great sandwiches. But on the few occasions that I have ate one of these pre-packed sandwiches, they were disgusting. So today we're gonna see how are those made. Note that in this channel you can suggest a video to react on via super chat, super thanks, or clicking the join button. We should also note that between different countries there are a lot of varieties of sandwiches, and yes, I have eaten now as a grown up a couple of good ones, triangular shaped ones with good products, but most of these sandwiches are expensive with cheap products. So let's see.
Forgo brown bagging it, and instead to grab a meal on the go. It's not surprising to see that food retailers, from mega supermarkets to tiny convenience stores, carry prepackaged sandwiches for the hungry-in-a-hurry customer.
The super pleasing thing about these sandwiches, at least the ones that I have tried are, is that they are triangular shaped, and for some reason I like this, and that they are always very soft. But most of the cases that's it. If they're gonna be tasty, they're gonna be too expensive, overpriced. It's even better to buy Subway sometimes. Now that's a good looking dish.
Cheese and tomato, chicken salad, just a few of the many sandwich varieties you can buy ready-made. Retail customers specify which ingredients they want.
I've never seen those, but the ones on the plate, they look good. They look good.
Sandwich order. And the factory sets up the assembly lines accordingly.
Oh, look at these. The guys were buttering the slices of bread manually.
Fresh bread into an automated machine. While doing so, they visually inspect the slices and remove any with holes or other flaws. The machine separates the slices in the loaf. Then, because this sandwich requires it,
because that's a thing in Bulgaria.
The machine then drops the buttered slices face up onto the belt that moves through the production line, where first, an automated depositor squirts on the quantity and type of mayonnaise the customer requested.
Ah, mayo, okay.
Workers manually lay on the more specific ingredients, such as cold cuts,
with all of their clean hands. Yes, touch it. Gloves are unnecessary, just touch it with your hands, then put one of those fingers into your nose and then get back on. But just for the video, they are with washed hands.
In the prep area, workers load logs of ham into a slicer.
Logs.
The customer has specified the size and weight of the slices it wants in the sandwich, and the factory programs the slicer accordingly.
Imagine trees of ham. Just cut a couple of logs and you're set to go. Minecraft style.
The slices go off to the assembly line where workers add them to the sandwiches.
That actually looks like real ham. Like there is meat in there.
Next, they close up the sandwiches.
I'm really surprised they are doing this manually. In most cases, this is gonna be automated. Look at her face.
They stack the sandwiches in piles of 2.
The bread looks so soft.
The belt then brings the sandwiches to a mechanized cutter. The cutter works like a reciprocating saw, the vertical blade oscillating at high speed as the sandwich travels through it.
This is how they make the perfect shape.
Will be packaged together as one sandwich. Some of the sandwich varieties produced in the largest quantities are made on a fully automated assembly line.
I tried cutting them like that at home, but I guess my knife is not as sharp as it should be, but they are always a little bit smashed in the middle.
A robot suctions up bread slices and places them on a moving belt.
Did we just go backwards or something? Or this is a different type of sandwich?
Plates descend and adjust the slices so that they'll be perfectly centered under the nozzles, which dispense the sandwich ingredients.
Okay, we're rolling back in time, I guess.
In production here, egg salad sandwiches. A nozzle
Egg
deposits
salad.
a set quantity of
Now, the people who buy egg salad and any egg type of product instead of making it at their home, except for mayo, are nuts, in my opinion. You can make this at home fresh, knowing that the eggs are boiled and made right now, not a month before.
chopped egg with mayonnaise on every second slice.
Okay, so far it looks fresh,
At the
but this
next
doesn't
station,
mean anything.
robotic arms lined with suction cups grab the empty slices and flip them over onto the filled slices. Next stop, an ultrasonic knife. It slices the sandwiches in two, using vibrations produced by high-frequency sound waves. This cutting method gives a cleaner edge.
Yeah, this looks
Next,
better than the
robotic
one that
arms
was
pick up
cutting
half of
earlier.
each sandwich, spin it around, and stack it onto the other half. A robot grabs 4 finished sandwiches at a time and puts them in triangular plastic trays.
Imagine
which then
making
move
your
onto the ceiling
sandwiches
and
at
labeling
home before you
stations.
go to work. Just imagine that. I'm not even gonna speak about how much money are you gonna save. It's just a waste of money to give it to someone else for making a piece of sandwich. That's literally the first food that any child learns to make at home.
Back on the semi-automated assembly line, workers stack the sandwiches manually and place them in individual plastic-lined cardboard packages.
And every 10 packages, one sandwich disappears. For no reason.
A
People
conveyor
need to
belt
eat.
brings them to a machine which pushes down the top flap and heat seals it shut. The sandwiches hit store shelves within 12 hours of production. They stay fresh for an additional 3 days, after which the sandwich company removes the unsold ones.
I really hope it's
making
that
its daily
way.
delivery of new ones.
So that's 3 days and 12 hours. Let's round it up to 4 days. 4 days for a sandwich. If you make a sandwich at your home and you put it in your fridge for 4 days, you're gonna eat it on the 5th? I probably would. Well, with this said, I think that was a fascinating video to watch, and I wanna know how many of these have you eaten in your previous week, last month, your whole life? Who knows? How do you like them? With this said, bye and subscribe.